Total monthly cost of $1,145.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this as presented.
Second motion.
It's been motioned and second. Any discussion?
Who did we go with before? Dale?
Perry Brothers is our existing suppliers now.
And you're recommending
Yes, ma'am.
the same one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 'Cause I thought I read something that somebody had done something, but they didn't.
No.
They submitted something.
Oh, one of the other vendors didn't supply all the information.
Okay, I knew I read something. Thank you.
Okay. Mhm.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is the Georgia Firefighter Burn Foundation, Chesney Fallen Firefighter Memorial Grant. Dale Batten once again.
Okay, we recommend the commission approve a resolution authorizing the filing of a Georgia Firefighters Burn Foundation Chesney Fallen Firefighters Memorial Grant application in the amount of $3,000 for the purchase of 150 smoke detectors and authorize the mayor to execute any necessary grant documents.
Move for approval. Second motion.
Second?
It's been motioned and second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Outstanding.
Thank you.
Next item is the use of the Weir Center. Stevie Young will bring that forward for consideration.
Good evening, Stevie.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I come to recommend to the Mayor and Commission that the Douglas Coffee County Branch and NAACP use the Weir Center for their annual banquet. In lieu of a fee, they will make available to the Mayor and Commission 2 tables. The only fee they will pay will be an administrative fee of $100.
I offer a motion that it be moved to be approved.
Second?
It's been motioned and second. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Thank you.
Next item is the use of Central Square Complex, Gym B. Once again, Stevie Young.
I recommend that 3 Point Ministries have access to Gymnasium B for their annual basketball camp. It's a free camp. 3 Point Ministries is a faith-based organization. On last year, they had a free soccer camp and a basketball camp. This year, they will only be doing the basketball camp, and they will let you use it at a reduced fee, a reduced rate of $200, in addition to their refundable deposit. So they will be out of pocket $200, but they will get a refundable deposit back once they complete it.
I offer a motion that we move to be approved.
Second?
It's been motioned and second. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Electric Cities of Georgia primary and alternate voting delegates. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I should have put on my glasses. Amendment to the cemetery policy and guidelines. Henry Milholland, our cemetery coordinator. Excuse me for that, Henry.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners.
Good evening.
The Cemetery Advisory Committee comes before you tonight to ask you to amend the headstone-only rule in Section T to allow ledgers, benches, and above-ground crypts made of marble or granite, and with the exception of our Section T-A, which is our indigent section.
I offer a motion that it be amended and approved.
Second motion.
It's been motioned and second. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry about that, Henry. Next item now is Electric Cities of Georgia primary and alternate voting delegates. Mike Hudson, Utility Director.
Good evening.
Good evening. It is a recommendation that the Mayor and Commission authorize that the ECG voting delegate resolution list the Utilities Director as primary voting delegate and the Liaison Commissioner as alternate voting delegate.
Entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Second motion.
It's been motioned and second. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Outstanding.
Next item is the renovations to the propane air facility. Once again, Mike Hudson.
It is a recommendation that the mayor and commission approve for SWPI to repaint all items listed in the bid for the propane air facility for a total of $39,700.
Move for approval.
Second motion.
It's been motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Next item is the purchase of 2 patrol units. Chief Gary Castelos, bring that forward.
Good evening, Chief.
Evening, Mayor and Commission.
Good evening.
It is our request that you approve the purchase of 2 2015 Dodge Charger Police Enforcer vehicles in the amount of $23,500 each for a total price of $47,000 from Don Jackson Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Union City, Georgia.
Offer motion to approve.
Second motion.
It's been motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Mayor and Commission, next item is the discussion and a consideration for the statewide mutual aid assistance agreement. As discussed in the work session, we seek to renew the statewide agreement, and what gives Mayor Tony Paulk the authority to execute the statewide mutual aid agreement and assistance agreement as well.
Offer motion we approve.
Second motion.
It's been motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries.
That's all from the work session, Mayor. We don't need for a utility meeting. That has been resolved. We do have a need for executive session.
Outstanding. Next, we will move to our staff comments. And here's Ms. Henderson. How are you doing?
Doing great. You?
I'm doing well, doing well.
Thank you. Just want to share some announcements on our events and services. The Douglas Coffee County Parks and Recreation Department has open enrollment right now for Spring Youth Ceramics. So we welcome parents to sign the kids up between the ages of 6 to 8 and also 9 and up. These are co-ed classes, and they can go by the Douglas Parks and Recreation to sign up for those classes. This is going to be an eventful weekend for Douglas and Coffee County. The Southern Dragway has now changed name to Douglas Dragway, and this weekend they're going to be hosting a Speed Outlaws event that will start at 10 o'clock and gates will open this Saturday at 10 a.m. Also coming up this weekend is our monthly junk drop-off collection day. It will be held at the Bryan Street Circle from 8 until 12. And just to remind people who are coming by, there's no commercial dumping and no hazardous type materials. And again, that is this Saturday from 8 to 12 at the Bryan Street Circle. This weekend is also the community-wide egg hunt, Tiny Tot Egg Hunt, and it will begin sharply at 10 a.m. at J.C. Adams Municipal Park. Parents are welcome to bring their cameras and take a photo with the kids and the Easter Bunny, and this is a free event. And I just can't express enough to be on time. I think they hide over 3,000 eggs, and in a matter of less than a minute or so, they're gone. They're collected,
Wow.
rather. So be on time, because you don't want to get there with little Johnny and Susie, and they're crying because they didn't get to pick up any eggs. And this event is co-sponsored by the Douglas Kiwanis Club and the Douglas Fire Department. Also this weekend, Douglas Coffee County Parks and Recreation Department will be hosting the Doyle Academy baseball and softball clinic out at the Greg Walker Complex. This event will be from 12 until 5 p.m. And so they still welcome you to sign up for this event. And this weekend, General Coffee State Park will be hosting Easter movie Under the Stars. This movie, you pay the $5 park pass to go in. The movie that will be featured is called Hop, and it will be shown at the park. And like I say, you just pay that, and the movie will start at 8 p.m. Coming up in April, at the next City Commission meeting, Ms. Joanne Light is going to come and give you more details, but just want to keep announcing to everyone to mark your calendars for April the 9th and 10th for the Southern Home Vintage Market that will be held at Central Square Complex. And like I said, we'll bring you more information at the next meeting. Just want to remind citizens to please visit our website to see what bid opportunities and jobs that we have available, especially the jobs you can apply online or you can come to City Hall in person. The Douglas Police Department is currently looking for volunteer chaplains to come in and offer chaplain services to the police department. If you're interested, give them a call at 384-222 or go by and sign up and find out more information for that initiative. Also, the City of Douglas, we are kicking off an initiative for a Yard of the Month program. And if any citizens, civic groups or clubs, organizations, churches would like to take this on as a project, call our city manager's office and talk to Mr. Jacobs. He'll give you the details. We have some guidelines of what we're looking for, but we are interested in a group to take on this project for us. That is going to be called the Yard of the Month program. Just the last announcement, just want to share that the City of Douglas, we currently have some items listed on Gov Deals. So if anyone like to get those bargains and some government discounts on equipment and different types of things, not only our city, but a lot of government municipalities use it. So we encourage people to go online and bid on those items as well. Those are all the announcements that I have.
Thank you very much, Ms. Henderson. You have any?
Just to add on to the Yard of the Month, we're hoping that each one of the commissioners in their wards respectively will encourage their people in their wards to get involved in this. You may know about someone. It's just not specifically just for the most pristine yard, but well-kept, manicured, decent yard that, we would appreciate everyone to have. If you ride around, you will probably see sometimes some do a little bit better job than others of maintaining their yard, but it does create an atmosphere of a nice neighborhood if everybody does their level best. And with the spring coming upon us, this is a good time to get this going. Not saying that we've created this, even a little small city of Metter, Georgia. That's where we got the idea from. They have a Yard of the Month program, and I think it speaks well that someone be recognized for doing a good job. So we always have the anvil. We want to try to put out some carrots and try to reward people for doing some positive things. So,
Outstanding. Thank you. Next on the agenda, we will have general comments from the audience. If you have an issue or concern you would like to bring before the Mayor and Commission, please go to the podium, state your name, address, and telephone number and your issue. We have no comments from the audience. At this time, I will entertain comments from the commission. Let's start with Commissioner Roper. Mr. Roper, any comments?
Well, I do have a few, one or two. And first thing I would like to say is to the people in this community, when we have these drop-off sites, please not ignore them and drop the trash down. I'm having a problem in my ward with people dumping trash along the side of the roads, and we're trying to keep it clean, and as fast as we can clean it up, they'll point it back out there. And we're going to stiffen these fines up, and we're going to take you to jail, and we're going to have you picking up trash if we catch you. I think we caught a couple this past week. Well, we're going to catch more. And I would like to state also that I am on the aging program, as you know. I hadn't got in that age, but I'm on the program.
That's all right.
I seen down at Homerville, Georgia, they have a portable garden for the old folks. And this was a beautiful sight to look at, It's above ground, it's on 4x4s and plywood and walls. And they grow all kind of vegetables. And they use what vegetables they wanted, and then they donated for donations to people that wanted them. And I would love to get that at Senior Center here. I went out and talked with them about it, and he was very impressed. Our Rural Georgia Center will get a seed for that if we need some help. And we'd like to have the people of this community to give a hand with some of the old folks that's just sitting there eating and getting older. And where they could work in this garden and plant different things and grow it and watch. Some of them have never seen this. Some of them old folks have never seen this. I talked with them now the other day. Some have never